Pause for a moment and listen to the quiet pull inside your spirit. Something called you here, something soft yet undeniable, something that feels like a gentle hand guiding you toward this exact message. You may not know why you stopped scrolling, but your soul does. There is a reason your heart reacted, your breath shifted, your energy stirred. Tonight carries a rare vibration, a moment when the invisible becomes tangible. An Archangel, Michael says, "Open your hands. A miracle is being placed in them tonight." Those words may echo inside you in a way that feels familiar, as if you've been waiting for them without even realizing it. That is because your spirit senses what your mind hasn't yet understood. You are on the edge of receiving something you've been longing for. Maybe you've been praying for a breakthrough. Maybe you've whispered a quiet hope into the night. Maybe you've been holding on with the last bit of strength you had. Or maybe you feel like you've reached a point where anything, simply needs to shift. And tonight, that shift begins in your hands. Think back over your day, no matter how ordinary or chaotic it seemed. Did you feel a sudden heaviness for no reason? A moment of unexpected hope? A strange stillness passing through you? A pressure or warmth in your palms? A sensation as if someone gently touched your energy field? These weren't random. These were signs, signals, whispers of what was already moving toward you. Because before a miracle arrives physically, it arrives energetically. And before it arrives energetically, your body begins to sense it. Maybe your mind dismissed these sensations, but your spirit didn't. Your spirit recognized the shift, the preparation, the alignment. Your spirit recognized that something long delayed was finally approaching. Archangel Michael says that your hands are not just physical. They are portals, gateways, receivers. When you open them, you are not performing an empty gesture. You are signaling the universe that you're ready to receive. Take a moment now. Imagine your hands gently opening in front of you. Feel the air around your palms. Notice the subtle warmth, the tingling, the quiet pull. This is not imagination. This is alignment. Tonight, the blessing coming toward you is not random, nor is it generic. It is personal, tailored, crafted by the very energy that has been watching you endure, survive, and rise again. You have walked through storms that no one else saw. You have cried silent tears that never touched the ground. You have carried burdens that felt too heavy for one heart. And yet, here you stand, open, awake, ready. This is why the miracle is coming to you. Not because you begged for it. Not because you're desperate for it. But because you earned it. Your resilience earned it. Your faith earned it. Your persistence earned it. Your willingness to get back up earned it. Your refusal to give up earned it. The universe does not forget people like you. It aligns for people like you. Tonight, the energy around you shifts. The heaviness lifts. The fog clears. The delay dissolves. Because a miracle is not always loud. Sometimes it arrives quietly, through a warmth in your palms, a wave of peace through your chest, or a sudden sense that everything will be okay. And right now, that sense is already starting to form inside you. Your hands are the meeting point between your physical world and your spiritual one. For days, maybe weeks, there has been a buildup, a tension, a pressure, a longing, all pointing to this moment. Think about the last few months of your life. How many times did you feel like things were slipping away? How many moments made you question your direction? How many nights did you lay awake, wondering why everything felt paused? How many prayers did you whisper, just hoping anyone, was listening? All of that energy has gathered into this single night. This is not coincidence. This is convergence. The angels have been preparing you, clearing your path, rearranging things behind the scenes, pulling you away from people who could not go with you, closing doors you didn't want to close but needed to, pushing you toward choices you were afraid to make but destined to take. You weren't being punished. You are being positioned, and the positioning leads to this exact moment, the moment your hands open and the miracle touches your life. You may feel emotional as you read this, a lump in your throat, tears pressing behind your eyes, a soft ache in your chest, a shiver down your spine, a warmth radiating from your palms. These emotions aren't weakness, they are confirmation. Your body knows something big is approaching. Your soul recognizes it. Your energy responds to it. This is how miracles feel before they arrive. You might think, why my hands? Because hands are symbolic. They represent release and reception. They represent giving and receiving. They represent prayer and surrender. They represent lifting burdens and holding blessings. Everything in your life has led you to finally being able to hold something meant for you. The universe is not bringing you this miracle to tease you or test you. It is bringing it because you have reached a point where you can carry it, where you can protect it, where you can grow with it. Maybe life took things from you. Maybe it broke you open. Maybe it humbled you. Maybe it pushed you to your limits. But every loss carved out space for this blessing. Every heartbreak taught you strength. Every disappointment sharpened your intuition. Every delay strengthened your patience. Every ending prepared you for a beginning. And here you are, standing at that beginning. Tonight, a miracle reaches your hands not magically, but divinely. It comes because your soul is ready. It comes because your path is cleared. It comes because your future is calling. And when you open your hands, quietly, willingly, trustingly, you become a vessel ready to receive what has been meant for you all along. So pause, breathe, and whisper within yourself, my hands are open. I am ready to receive. Because those words unlock the flow. They signal readiness. They activate the blessing. And the miracle begins its journey into your life. As the night deepens and you continue to hold your hands gently open, something inside you begins to shift. It's subtle at first, like a soft current moving beneath the surface of your skin. But the more you allow yourself to breathe, the more you realize this sensation isn't fading. It's growing, warming, gathering. As if something unseen is preparing to settle into your palms, something meant specifically for you. This isn't imagination. This is reception. Your spirit has been waiting for this moment far longer than your mind can remember. Sometimes the soul knows what's coming long before the human heart does. That's why you've been feeling things you couldn't explain lately. The sudden emotional waves, the quiet heaviness that appeared out of nowhere, the unexpected moments of hope, the pressure in your chest, the strange pull in your hands. All of these were signs, signals, preparations. The universe doesn't place miracles in unprepared hands. It prepares the hands first. Think back to the past few weeks or months. How many times did you feel like you were shedding something old, even if you didn't know what it was? You may have found yourself losing interest in things that once mattered, pulling away from people who drained your soul, questioning paths you once believed were right for you, feeling strangely disconnected from things that once defined you. This wasn't a loss of direction. It was a release of old identity. Your spirit has been quietly clearing space so that tonight's blessing could fit into your life. Because miracles do not come to crowded hearts. They come to open ones. And unconsciously, you've been opening, bit by bit. You've been letting go without even knowing it. Letting go of doubts. Letting go of fears. Letting go of timelines that weren't aligned. Letting go of the version of yourself who felt unworthy of receiving. And with every release, your palms soften. Your heart softens. Your energy softens. Softness is not weakness. Softness is readiness. There is a reason you paused on this message. There is a reason your hands reacted. There is a reason your chest tightened for a moment and then relaxed. There is a reason the words "a miracle is being placed in your hands" didn't feel foreign, but familiar, like something inside you whispered, "Finally." Because deep within your soul, a door has been waiting to open. And tonight, that door is unlocking. Archangel Michael stands behind you in energy, not to intimidate, but to strengthen. His presence comes when a person is ready to receive what once felt impossible. He doesn't appear when life is calm. He appears when destiny is shifting. He appears when the spiritual realm is preparing to intervene on your behalf. He appears when the weight of your journey has earned a breakthrough. And he says tonight, what you have been waiting for is already on its way. That sentence carries ancient truth, because the miracle is not forming, it's arriving. It's not potential, it's delivery. It's not a wish, it's a fulfillment. Your only task is to receive. But receiving requires trust, and trust requires openness. And that is why your hands matter so much tonight. Hands represent surrender. Hands represent faith. Hands represent alignment. Hands represent the willingness to say, I am ready for something new. And you are ready, more ready than you realize. You've been stretched, challenged, tested, and transformed. You've walked through shadows with a heart full of light. You've survived moments that would have broken someone less brave. You've kept going even when the road felt endless. You've held on to hope even when nothing around you confirmed it. This is why the miracle is yours. Not because life suddenly decided to be kind, but because you kept your heart alive in the moments when life wasn't. Tonight's miracle is not just a blessing, it is recognition. Recognition of your resilience. Recognition of your strength. Recognition of your effort. Recognition of your faith. And now, your hands become the bridge between what you've survived and what you're about to receive. You might begin to feel something shift in the air around you. A gentle pressure, a stillness, a warmth. These sensations aren't random. They're the energy of the blessing drawing closer. Sometimes you may feel it as a pulse, sometimes as a vibration, sometimes as a weightless warmth in your palms, almost like someone placing something into them. Pay attention. Feel it. Let it enter you. Because what comes into your hands tonight won't just stay in your hands. It will ripple through your entire life. This blessing may take many shapes. It could arrive as peace that replaces anxiety. It could manifest as clarity that dissolves confusion. It could show up as a message, an opportunity, or a realization tomorrow. It could take form as progress where there was stagnation. It could appear in a relationship, a decision, a new beginning, or a long-awaited answer. Miracles do not follow human logic. They follow divine timing. And tonight, divine timing is touching your hands. There is nothing you need to force. Nothing you need to prove. Nothing you need to chase. All you need is presence. To be here, open, willing. Take another slow breath. Feel your shoulders lower. Feel your hands soften. Feel your chest expand. Notice how different you feel than you did just a few minutes ago. This is alignment. This is reception. This is the miracle beginning to merge with your energy field. Your spirit understands what's coming, even if your mind is catching up. That is why your breath feels deeper. That is why your heart feels warm. That is why you feel held, guided, supported. These are the first signs of the miracle's arrival. And when the universe brings something meant for you, it does not miss. It does not delay. It does not misdeliver. What is meant for your hands will not pass you by. So whisper quietly inside yourself, my hands are open. My spirit is ready. My miracle is coming toward me. Because with those words, you align your entire being, mind, heart, body, and soul, with the blessing on its way. As you keep your hands open and your breath steady, something profound begins to happen beneath the surface of your awareness. A quiet alignment, a subtle recalibration, a shift that feels less like something new arriving and more like something ancient awakening within you. Because the truth is, this miracle isn't entirely foreign. It's something your soul has known was coming all along. You can feel it now, can't you? The warmth growing in your palms, the tingling at your fingertips, the gentle pressure in your chest, the softening of your breath. The way your mind has started to slow down, making space for something deeper. This is what receiving feels like. Not frantic, not dramatic, not chaotic, but peaceful, grounded, certain, like stepping into a room filled with light after wandering in the dark for too long. Your soul has been guiding you to this moment. It has been whispering, nudging, pushing you through every hardship, every disappointment, every moment of confusion. All the times you thought you were lost, you were actually being realigned. Every detour was a redirection. Every delay was protection. Every heartbreak was clearing space. Every ending was preparation. Tonight is not the result of chance. It is the result of everything you've endured. Look back at the version of you from months ago. Would they believe how much you've grown? Would they recognize the strength you've built? Would they understand how much closer you are to what you've been praying for? Probably not. Because you've been transforming quietly, slowly, deeply. Transformation doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it looks like exhaustion. Sometimes it feels like outgrowing old paths. Sometimes it appears as emotional waves that make no sense. Sometimes it's the sudden desire for something different, something more, something aligned. All of these were steps. Steps leading you here. Steps shaping your spirit. Steps preparing your hands. Because only now, after everything you've walked through, are you able to safely hold what is coming. Think of every moment that tried to break you. You survived it. Think of every disappointment that weighed you down. You grew from it. Think of every doubt that tried to silence your intuition. You overcame it. You've been climbing a mountain without knowing the view waiting at the top. And tonight, you are inches away from the summit. That's why your hands feel different. That's why your heart feels open. That's why there is a strange, almost sacred stillness around you. This stillness is the presence of the blessing drawing close. Archangel Michael stands behind you energetically, not as a distant myth, but as a very real force, protective, powerful, unwavering. He comes when a person's path is shifting, when protection is needed, when a breakthrough is near, when the spirit is tired but still holding on. He says, "What you are about to receive has waited for this moment. You were not ready before, but tonight you are." These words hold immense truth. Not because you lacked worthiness before. You have always been worthy. But because you lacked space, clarity, alignment, and the emotional stability needed to hold a blessing of this magnitude. Blessings don't simply enter your life. They integrate with your being. They reshape how you move, how you think, how you love, how you grow. This is why the timing matters so deeply. And tonight, the timing is perfect. You may notice your breathing soften into a rhythm that feels almost unfamiliar, calm, steady, safe. This is your nervous system releasing tension. This is your energy field accepting the shift. This is your intuition stepping forward to take the lead. You might also notice your thoughts becoming unusually quiet, like someone gently turned down the volume in your mind. This is what it feels like when worry loosens its grip, when fear steps aside, when doubt loses its power, when trust finally has room to breathe. This is the mental space miracles enter through. Your hands, resting softly, are now becoming receivers of something you can't yet describe, but can absolutely feel. The energy swirling in them isn't random. It's intelligent, intentional, directed by divine guidance. It's a message, a reassurance, a promise. Something good is coming. And for the first time in a long time, you believe it. Not because someone said it, not because you're trying to convince yourself, but because your soul recognizes the truth in the vibration. The miracle coming to your hands tonight may not look the way you expect. It may not explode into your life in an instant. It may not shout its arrival. It may enter quietly, softly, almost imperceptibly at first. But you will recognize it by the way it changes you on the inside, by the way it brings peace where there was fear, by the way it brings clarity where there was confusion, by the way it brings movement where there was stagnation, by the way it brings hope where there was heaviness. This blessing could appear as sudden insight, a message from someone unexpected, a new opportunity, a breakthrough in a situation, a shift in your emotional state, a heart-opening realization, or simply the return of a long-lost sense of faith. And no matter how it appears, it will be meaningful. It will be timely. It will be right, because it will match the energy you're holding in your hands right now. You may feel tears forming, even if you don't know why. This isn't sadness, it's release. It's your body letting go of everything that made you feel unworthy, unsupported, unseen. It's your spirit acknowledging that something long awaited is finally entering your life. Allow those emotions. Let them flow if they need to. They are clearing the final layer of resistance. Tonight, your hands are not empty. They are glowing. They are receiving. They are expanding. They are holding the vibrational imprint of a miracle. Breathe softly and whisper inside yourself, I receive tonight's miracle. Because those words do not just express readiness, they activate the blessing. As you sit with your hands open and the warmth continues to build, you may begin to realize that something within you has shifted in a way that can be undone. A quiet recognition rises in your chest, the sense that you've crossed an invisible threshold. You are no longer waiting the way you once were. You're no longer yearning with a sense of distance. You're no longer grasping at hope. Instead, you are receiving actively, consciously, gracefully. Tonight, your hands are not symbols. They are gateways. And through them, something divine is entering your life. You might notice that your breath feels deeper than before, like your lungs have more room than they used to. You might sense your spine relaxing, your shoulders softening, your heartbeat becoming steady. This is your body responding to alignment. When a miracle draws near, the body instinctively prepares. It loosens its fear. It releases its grip. It melts into trust. Look at how you feel right now. Calmer, clearer, more aware, more open. This state isn't accidental. It's evidence that the energy has already reached you. The miracle isn't coming. It is here, merging with your field, settling into your hands, weaving itself into the fabric of your life. You may not see the full picture yet, but you feel it. A quiet knowing, a gentle certainty, a warmth that wasn't there before. These sensations are not emotional illusions. They are spiritual confirmations. This is how divine timing enters the human experience, steadily, softly, truthfully. Archangel Michael stands strongly behind you in this moment, his presence not loud but powerful, not intimidating but anchoring. He supports you as the blessing integrates, ensuring it does not slip away, ensuring it roots itself where it belongs, in your life, in your heart, in your future. He whispers into your spirit, your hands are blessed tonight. What is placed in them will grow. These words are not metaphorical. They are literal on an energetic level. When something is placed in your hands spiritually, your physical reality begins to shift in response. Paths open. Answers come. People show up. Opportunities align. Confusion lifts. Doors you couldn't push open before suddenly swing wide. This is how spiritual reception becomes physical manifestation. Think back to all the times you doubted whether the universe heard you. All the nights you wondered if your prayers disappeared into emptiness. All the moments when silence felt like abandonment. All the days when progress looked impossible. Tonight, the silence ends. Tonight, the distance dissolves. Tonight, the universe answers. Not with thunder, not with fireworks, not with overwhelming signs, but with a miracle placed gently in your hands. Something in your energy field has shifted permanently. You are no longer operating from the frequency of waiting, or hoping, or wishing. You've stepped into the frequency of receiving. And once a person reaches that state, life begins to respond differently to them. You may notice this blessing unfold in many ways. Perhaps tomorrow, you'll wake up with clarity that wasn't there before. Perhaps a long-awaited message will come through unexpectedly. Perhaps an idea will spark that solves a problem you've been stuck on for months. Perhaps someone will reach out with exactly what you need. Perhaps a door will open, one you thought was permanently closed. Perhaps your heart will feel lighter than it has in years. The miracle does not have to be dramatic to be real. Its impact, not its appearance, proves its truth. And even now, as you keep your hands open, the blessing continues to anchor itself deeper. Imagine it like golden threads weaving into your timeline, stitching together possibilities that were once scattered. The energy entering your palms spreads through your arms, moves into your chest, settles in your heart, and radiates outward into every part of your life. You are not the same person who began reading this. Something within you has awakened. Something has been released. Something has been restored. This is the transformation that happens when you stop fighting for control and start allowing divine energy to move through you. Let yourself acknowledge how far you've come. Let yourself feel the weight you've carried and the relief of finally putting it down. Let yourself receive without guilt, without doubt, without hesitation. The miracle coming to your hands tonight is not fragile. It is strong. It is stable. It is protected. And it is yours. Not because you forced it. Not because you chased it. Not because you begged for it. But because you opened for it. Your openness is the activation. Your willingness is the magnet. Your trust is the doorway. Now breathe again, slowly, intentionally. Feel the shift settling into your chest. Feel the calm spreading through your body. Feel the miracle rooting itself inside your energy. If tears rise, let them. If warmth spreads, trust it. If stillness deepens, embrace it. Everything happening right now is part of the process of integration. This is the sacred moment where the spiritual becomes real, where the unseen becomes tangible, where the prayer becomes an answer. You may wonder what happens next. The answer is simple. Life begins to rearrange around the miracle you've received. Tiny coincidences will appear. Synchronicities will multiply. Intuitive nudges will grow stronger. People and circumstances will shift. And through all this movement, you will realize that the miracle didn't just enter your hands. It entered your path. Tonight is not the end of the journey. It's the beginning of a new one. A journey where support finds you more easily, where clarity comes more quickly, where blessings flow more freely. You are stepping into a chapter defined not by struggle, but by alignment, not by scarcity, but by supply, not by fear, but by trust, not by hoping, but by receiving. And in this moment right now, seal the blessing that has entered your hands by whispering within yourself, "My miracle arrives tonight. I receive it. I trust it. I am ready for what comes next." With these words, the miracle becomes fully yours, anchored, activated, irreversible. You are blessed tonight. Your hands are blessed tonight. Your path is blessed tonight. And everything from this moment forward will begin to reflect it.